Hey, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
We're a fan, and we've started watching your videos, and we began to do Ouija board ourselves with a few other of our friends, and all of us have taken it very seriously. We've done everything respectfully. We know all the rules about saying goodbye. We've done everything you're supposed to, and we've never had a uncomfortable, negative energy or any kind of experience like that doing it. However, once we started doing EchoVox, we've had a few strange, unexplainable things happen to us,
Particularly us two.
and we've been really freaked out. And we would like to know your input on them, and whether you have any advice on how we can get rid of it.
So, I bought EchoVox on my phone at the beginning of June, and these are just a few of the things that started, and some of them are not in order, or they were happening at the same time, like they were happening to the both of us. For me, I started having cups moving on my desk, on my computer desk, while I'm sitting here, and I tried to, make it reenact it, and I couldn't
debunk it.
Debunk it. I couldn't do it at all. I thought maybe it was water on the desk or something that was moving it, and no matter what I did, it wouldn't move. Or I would have, I like to have coffee and water, yeah. Double. And the cups would move at the same time, same rate, and it wouldn't matter if one had more liquids in it than the other. Then we had a Ouija session at Sarah's house, and that entire night, nobody really mentioned it till the next day, but we were all very sleepy, uncomfortable. We didn't really want to do anything, but we decided to do Ouija anyways because that's what we had planned to do. So, we decided to do it anyways, but each time we would open it, it would just go to goodbye, and that's it. So we did it a few times, and it kept saying goodbye, just going to goodbye, that was it. So we closed that session out. And then
the next
the next morning, we went to go have a Ouija session at the cemetery near her house to see if maybe we could get better responses or something. On our way there, a dog stopped in the middle of the road, and I mean, this could just be pure coincidence, but it was strange, and just the feeling of that entire day was very strange. The dog stopped in the middle of the road and just stared at us.
Blocking us,
stared at us, and raised its hair and just watched us, and it was strange because that's never happened before on First Street. And then that night, Sarah went to our other friend Sarah's house and spent the night, and her dog died that night just out of the blue. Her large dog.
Over something that dog never did. It ate something, apparently, but that dog was never known for getting into that kind of stuff. She was a very good, lazy dog. All she did was sleep, and she wasn't into eating things. And that night...
strange things like shoes or something.
Yeah. And that night, that's when she passed, and apparently that's what she died of. But
now, with those things kind of being maybe coincidences, I mean, because you could kind of pass that as well, that might have just happened pure coincidence, even though it's really strange. Some of the things, you just can't pass it off, at least with the cup thing. I never felt any sort of present, I didn't feel anything towards that. It didn't really freak me out for some reason, but Sarah started having as she was going to sleep, her guitar strings.
My guitar strings I would hear them plucking at night, and I've been hearing, and I still hear it now. I live on the second floor, so I don't know why there would be anything hitting my wall outside, but every night there's been unexplainable banging, loud banging. Like I was surprised nobody else in the house woke up from it. It was that loud. And right outside my wall where I sleep, and one night I was getting settled in bed trying to go to sleep, and I heard a cough in front of my face. And a different night I heard a hey right after I was thinking about our Ouija session. But and I've had unexplainable cold spots near my face, which is very unsettling. But
let's see.
we all slept over.
We did another session. This time with EchoVox at Sarah's house again, in her room, and the dog. We have a recording of it that we will add at the end, because we did record that session. Now we've kind of been having trouble with EchoVox in general, been kind of experimenting with it and putting it all the way down like you do in your videos.
Yeah, the same settings.
Same settings, but it's always like distorted, or like it's on a high speed, even though it's on the low speed. Like it doesn't seem to change, no matter if you move it left or right. Anyways, it said both of our names, and it only said our names clearly. And again, we'll add that at the end. And that was weird, because it was one of the first times we felt like we've gotten a true response out of that. I don't remember the exact dates, but it's only been within these few weeks that this is all happening. Let's see. Well, the thing's the dress, but I mean.
And when we all three of us slept over again here in this room, and my friend woke up and said that she thought I was sitting by the couch right there, and I was asleep. But she said she saw a mass or a figure crouched over me when she woke up. And she said she played it off as maybe it's just me or something. But she woke up the next day and freaked out because I didn't have a brown blanket, which is the color of the mass she saw.
That she thought was like around you or something.
Yeah. And that really freaked us out. But
let's see. This has kind of been happening to me. It sounds like at nighttime someone, and again, like this is just starting to happen. Like this never happened before. Like it's not like someone's pressing up against my door. You know how there will be a little bit of wiggle room even when you close the door. If you press on a door, it can kind of still move a little bit. It'll sound like someone is pressing on my door, and everyone's asleep. Or like again, like the feelings of just being watched constantly. But I mean, you know, that happens sometimes, but it's been increasing a lot, and it just feels. The thing is that it feels threatening, and that's why it's been bothering us. Because I mean, we both have had things in the past happen, but we've kind of understood that like it just never felt threatening at all, at least in my opinion.
You played it off a lot easier too.
But now it's just been a lot harder, and the feeling that comes with it is what is really strange, because it's like when you hear a thud, it's like okay, you know, but the feeling that comes with it, I think, is what is making it really strange. And she keeps hearing people walking up her stairs, and we live in very new homes,
so it's
residential
areas.
It's not like one of those things where it's, you know,
the house.
Maybe it's the house, because
They're new.
This isn't. I've never had this problem in my home. I've never felt uncomfortable in my home.
We've had our dogs acting weird.
Our dogs are acting weird. Like, my dog, he's kind of a lazy dog to begin with, but he's a small thing. But, just Monday, I was out in the patio talking to my friend Sarah, because now all of a sudden my phone drops calls in this room, and only in my room does it drop calls, by the way. It's a brand new phone, and it drops calls. Speaking with my friend, and my dog was sunbathing, outside, and then just all of a sudden, something caught his attention. He ran to my room. There's like a hallway in front of my room where it intersects. Like, I have a small hallway leading to my door, and then there's a hallway that goes to the rest of the house. Well, then he just ran into the home and then just stood at the intersection and just got really defensive and was just growling at my room and barking, and very strange for him to do that. And he did it 2 more times in that day, when I was sitting outside, and so that was strange. And last night he did something strange too. He wanted to leave my room. He wanted to leave, so I let him go. But then I kept the door cracked, and I went to the restroom, and then Sarah said that
he came back in and just stared at the bed and growled.
This dog doesn't do that. He never does stuff like that. Let's see. Oh, and then 2 nights, she spent the night, what was it? I don't know, it was Tuesday or something like that. Recently, it was this week, and I was making us grilled cheese sandwiches in the kitchen, and
I was staring down the hallway to make sure her little brother wasn't running around.
My little brother wasn't getting up, because sometimes he does that when I have friends over. He gets really excited. He's 5. He gets really excited, and he gets up, and he hides behind corners, and then he will run back to his room. But
and where I was sitting, I could see the hallway of the house. Yeah.
And if you go to the left, it's my side, so that's where my room is, and then the right, you go down another hallway, and that's where his room is. It's like a separate wing of the home, and we were hearing doors opening and closing, but loudly, like when a kid closes the door, because they don't know how to close the door properly. Throughout the house, in my room and then back. So naturally, I just thought it was my little brother, so I went, big sister trying to be, whatever, and I turned the light on and I went to his room, and before I could even say he was sleeping. He was dead asleep, little angel, sleeping. And kids can't play that off. They just they giggle and stuff. And I was like, okay. And I asked him about it. Why didn't you say anything when I went to your room? And he had no idea what I was talking about either. Which, he's not very good at playing stuff off. But either. Plus, he's really young, so that's unexplainable. And when you look down the hallway, you could see. You have to walk down the hallway to be able to get to my room, and it kept happening back and it was going back and forth. I thought he was running back and forth or something just to be funny.
I looked the whole time. Nobody was moving in the house, closing the doors. There was nobody. Everybody was asleep, but us in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then a couple minutes after that, we heard a voice, which apparently was not him.
Which I thought it was Hutch, because he woke up or something, and it wasn't him. It sounded like a little kid. It sounded like a little kid coming from his room.
And you heard that giggle too.
Yeah, I heard a giggle in my room too, and it woke me up, that was weird. And another thing too is I'm a heavy sleeper. Once I go to sleep, it's really hard to wake me up. But recently, I either can't go to sleep, or because I just can't go to sleep, or I wake up in the middle of the night from nothing. I'm not oh, I woke up, I heard a thud. It's no, I just wake up. I wake up from nothing. He needs to calm down. Yeah, but that's all. But we really wanted to emphasize that we were very inspired by you to start doing this, because of most of the things that we see, people are just trying to be spooky, scary.
They don't take it seriously.
They don't take it seriously. We want to really show that we take it seriously, and
Would appreciate your help.
thank you.
How many are you in here? Okay.
There's like 10.
And what?
Is Beal here?
What?
Can you leave this room? Alright, goodbye.
Goodbye.